Starting with the series, maybe you do know, but I don't care, is the story of Haku in Naruto. In the unforgiving world of shinobi, bonds are often fleeting, shattered by conflict and ambition. But sometimes, a bond emerges so profound, it defies the harshness of the world. This is one such story, Haku and Zabuza, a tale of devotion, sacrifice, and heartbreak.
Ah! Shut up! Far as I'm concerned, he's enemy number one! Why, you ungrateful! After everything he did for you, Haku lived for you!
Is there someone who's precious to you?
You were the most important thing in the world to him!
For me, there is only one person who matters, and my purpose is to protect and serve him, and that purpose is what gives me my strength.
And he meant nothing to you? Nothing at all?
The way of shinobi is very difficult for me.
While he was sacrificing everything for you, you never felt anything at all for him?
But I will do anything to see that his dream is fulfilled, even become shinobi if I must.
And if I become stronger, does that mean I'll become as cold-hearted as you are?
The shinobi world is harsh and unforgiving. It's a place where bonds are broken as easily as lives are lost. Yet, even in this cold and brutal world, there was a connection that stood out, fragile but strong, between a boy and his master. This is the story of Haku and Zabuza, a story of loyalty, sacrifice, and a bond that deeper than words could ever express. Haku's life started in heartbreak. He was born in the land of water, a place torn by fear and hatred of bloodline abilities like his own. His father, consumed by that fear, killed Haku's mother and then tried to kill Haku too. In that moment of terror, Haku's powers awakened and he killed his father in self-defense. This left him completely alone in a world that seemed to hate him just for existing. For a long time, Haku wandered, lost and empty. He was a child with no family, no home, and no hope. Then came Zabuza Momochi. Zabuza wasn't a hero in the traditional sense. He was a feared rogue shinobi, a man with a dark reputation. But to Haku, Zabuza was something more. He was the first person to see Haku not as a monster, but as someone with potential. That simple acknowledgement gave Haku a reason to live. Under Zabuza's guidance, Haku became strong. Their training was relentless, pushing him to the limits of his abilities. Haku didn't train for his own sake, though. He trained to become a weapon for Zabuza, someone who could help him achieve his goals. To the world, Zabuza was a cold-blooded killer. But to Haku, he was a savior, a beacon in the darkness. That bond became Haku's purpose, the reason he kept going. Haku's loyalty to Zabuza wasn't just about obedience. It was about love and gratitude. He believed that his life had meaning because of Zabuza, and he was willing to give everything for him. Haku gave up his own dreams to dedicate himself fully to Zabuza's. In a world where betrayal was everywhere, Haku's unwavering loyalty was something rare and beautiful. All right, let's continue and see how Zabuza reacts to Haku's death.
Threw his life away. And for what? For you and your dream?
I want only to make his dream come true. That is my dream.
You never let him have a dream of his own. But he didn't care.
I was happy.
And you just toss him aside like he was nothing. A broken tool. Man, that's so wrong. So wrong!
You talk too much.
Why am I still here?
Your words cut deep, deeper than any blade. While he fought you, his heart was breaking in two. You see, Haku was always too soft and too kind. He felt pain and sorrow, and now, curse him, I feel them too. And something else. I feel content that this is the way it ends.
Watching these scenes unfold, it's impossible not to feel the weight of Haku's loyalty. Every decision he made, every step he took was for Zabuza. It wasn't just obligation or duty, it was a deep devotion that came from his heart. Haku's dream wasn't his own, it was Zabuza's dream. And the incredible thing, Haku was okay with that. For him, being useful to Zabuza, the person who gave him a reason to live, was enough to justify everything, even his own life. But then we hear Naruto's words, and they hit like a punch to the gut. You threw his life away like he was nothing. Those words don't just challenge Zabuza, they challenge all of us watching. It's clear how much Haku meant to Zabuza, but Zabuza's cold, stoic nature kept him from ever truly expressing it. And now, it's too late. That realization makes the tragedy cut even deeper. Haku wasn't just a tool. He was someone who believed in Zabuza with everything he had, and seeing that devotion tossed aside so easily feels almost unbearable. This part of the story makes us reflect on loyalty itself. What does it mean to dedicate your entire existence to someone else? Is it a strength to give so selflessly, or is it a kind of tragedy? And on the other side of that, what does it mean to be the one receiving that loyalty? Zabuza cared for Haku in his own way, but he could never show it. Does that make him a victim of the shinobi world's harshness, or was he just too caught up in his own dream to see the value of what he had? As the story unfolds, we see that Zabuza isn't immune to the pain of loss. For all his strength and reputation as a rogue shinobi, even he can't hide from the emotions breaking through his cold exterior. Haku's sacrifice forces him to confront those feelings, grief, regret, and maybe even love in his own twisted way. It's a powerful reminder that no matter how tough someone appears, we're all vulnerable to the pain of losing someone who believed in us. This story isn't just about Haku and Zabuza, it's a reflection of the shinobi world itself, a place where survival often comes at the cost of compassion and where bonds are seen as weaknesses. But Haku's loyalty stands out as something rare and beautiful, even if it's ultimately heartbreaking. It reminds us that even in the darkest of places, connections can form, and they can mean everything, even if they don't last forever. In the end, Haku's unwavering devotion to Zabuza leaves us with so many emotions: sadness, frustration, and maybe even hope. Because no matter how cruel the world was to him, Haku chose to dedicate himself to something he believed in. And in doing so, he showed us the power of loyalty, even in its most tragic form. If you found this story as powerful and moving as we did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with others. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss more content like this. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.